Hello everybody, my name is Bright Rose and welcome back to Minecraft. I felt like doing a random build video, just to put a few blocks together and just see what we can randomly come up with. So, first step was making a decision of exactly what I was going to make. So I wanted to make a portal, but I couldn't decide what style to go with, so I used a totally scientific method to be able to come up with exactly what it was I wanted to make. Haha, yes, go decision-making wolf. Green, what was green? Green was, ancient. We're doing ancient. You go. Yep, totally scientific. So, we're doing ancient, and, well, I spawned in this swamp, so let's do something here. Yeah, this looks good. Oh yeah, and obviously, we're in creative because it's just easier that way. I think the best way to start this, we're going to hash out the rough portal that we want. So, I look frog. I'm going to start here, and I think what we're going... Yeah, you jump. I think what we're probably going to go for is a sort of half-sunken portal design. So I'm just going to put a few blocks together like this, and we're going to make a rough, rectangle shape. And this probably isn't going to be the actual portal. What we'll do is we'll make some kind of little portal inside of this, so this looks like it, and then we'll cover up the corners and things like that with stone and trees and whatever. You're going to be right in the way, so you're going to have to scoot. Would have done this in a normal test world where, there was absolutely no mobs or anything like that, but no, I wanted to have the atmospheric feeling of having all of the mobs and stuff around. Whatever. Right, let's square that off, not you. Which means we're going to have to do something like this, and then we're going to have to go across here. Not going to work as a portal. I haven't made any funky mid-sized portals in a while. Let's get some flint and steel and let's see if that just works. Right. We're in business. Now we've got the portal working, I'm going to just throw in a little bit of rock work just around the base. It's not going to be anything too complicated. Just going to get some stone down on the ground. Frog, seriously. And replace a bunch of this dirt and grass that we've got here. Just to begin giving it the idea that there's a little bit more growing on here. Like, this portal has been here for a long time. Because the problem with the swamp biome is all the colours are going to be much, much darker. But anything that we do, like using this stone for example, is going to be so much brighter. But we'll work on that. I've got some nice mossy cobble and some mossy stone as well, so we can add those in. That'll make it a bit more diluted in terms of the general colour. And what we'll also do, not what I wanted to do, is we will add a few things like some deep slate in that'll make it a lot darker and fit in with the general grimier look that this biome has. So I'm going to throw down some more blocks. I'm going to bring you back in when I've got this kind of looking a bit better. Doing some of the rough rock work and getting rid of the pesky tree that was in this way, I'm going to go in now and add a little bit more detail here and there. Just break up some of these much lighter stone colours here and blend it in a little bit more into this kind of area. So I've got some coral here and I've got some andesite as well. The andesite I'm just going to use to highlight all these little bits of stone here on the edges and bits like that. If you've seen me doing rock work and stuff before, and there's plenty of videos on my channel these days that show me doing little bits of rock work like this, you'll know exactly what it is that I'm doing. But we're just adding these little highlights where the light's going to catch just to bring a little bit more life into the build and stuff like that. So with that, just got a little bit going like that, and we're going to do the same with some deep slate in a minute, and we'll add some shading underneath here, the barely visible blocks and things like that. Thanks, Frog. But yeah, build is starting to come together with the addition of the deep slate, both the cobbled and the regular variety, and the tuffing here and there. Just added these little bits of shading in underneath these sides like this, and a little bit of the coral that I put down I've replaced with tuff as well, just to create that transition, to make it look a little bit nicer. So now I think we're going to add another little organic element. And what I'm thinking is we go for the classical big curly tree coming up on top of here, the sort of ancient thing that you might find growing in these sort of almost fantasy-esque settings. So just going to break a lot of the stuff that we'd already done here, because, you know, it's fine to build something and then rip it apart, and we're just going kind of add the growth, the roots, the big old tree into this kind of area where we think it might have just sort of spread and grown over this kind of area like this. And I'm going to go just throw things down for now as I feel how it would organically appear in this build, and then later we can make what changes we think might be appropriate. So obviously that stone's going to go. Then we're going to thicken this top bit up, so we've got the tree beginning to grow up here. Now there's many a tutorial on YouTube for exactly how to make trees, and I am by no means an absolute master at it. So honestly, I'm pretty bad. I'm just going to throw a few blocks like this to give the general look of a tree curling up off the top of here. And we'll just begin to blend this into single blocks like that. Is that too high? Maybe a little bit too high. But that's the general idea we're going to go for, and we're probably going to have another like root coming off down this way, something on the backside obviously, and then start adding the leaves and branches in, with the addition of a few spruce fences, some trapdoors, and a few buttons dotted around here and there. Got an old kind of withered looking tree now, just growing up out of all the rock area. I've also added a few little andesite walls here and there, just to add a little bit of depth and a little change of contrast and things like that between where the wood is and where the stone is. So it really looks like the tree has grown into all the cracks and things like that of the stone. Now, I could go on and add a bunch of leaves and things like that. I was originally planning on doing that. However, I think this kind of old, potentially dead look works pretty damn well. So this is what I'm going to stick with. Now, we're going to add a few little details just around the general area to kind of finish it off. And then we'll light the portal and see what the final product is, with the addition of just a few little detail elements here and there, some hanging chains with lanterns, a couple of chests, barrel dotted around, and a couple of signs in the 3-point area. We can just give an idea that this is a site that has been used, even if it is kind of old. And the final things that we're going to add is we are just going to run around and do the traditional bone mealing of the area, and then the breaking of the grass, you know, just to get the look that we are going for. What I've also grabbed is I've got a few ferns because, well, it just had a nice little contrast to the grass and things like that you've got going on. The darker colour and the different shape really do stand out when you start adding a lot of things together like this. So I'm just going to dot a few of them around. I've also got a few torch flowers just to see if they work. Now, they are going to be quite bright compared to everything, so just gonna see how that works. Maybe little pops of colour here and there that'll be able to draw your eye into the build. So as you're approaching, running along here, you're going to be seeing these little bright bits of colour, and you're going to see that, you're going to look in, you're going to go there, you're going to go there, and then you're probably going to go into the more muted colours of the lanterns, bringing your gaze up around the build as you are approaching the portal. I think that works quite well. Might actually just get rid of that one because it is blocking a line of sight to that. And you are never going to be finished running around, placing all the grass and breaking it again. So, a few little more dotted here and there. But I think that is probably pretty much completed. And all that is remaining for us to do now is to get that flint and steel and strike up the portal. There we go. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. My name again is Bright Rose. Do drop a like, comment, subscribe, all of those things if you enjoyed the video. There will no doubt be more random videos like this with Minecraft coming in the future. So thank you very much. And I will see you again in the next video. Bye-bye!